Just off Lakeshore Drive, nestled next to Lake Michigan. That's where you find historic Soldier Field. One of the great venues to watch a game in any sport and one of the best home crowds in any sport. Soldier Field in Chicago. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Minnesota Vikings and the Chicago Bears. This taken in about 4 yards deep. And we've got a penalty marker down here as he's able to get this only to the 20-yard line. That holding call set him up with not great field position.
Not at all when you tack on the penalty. But that field position after the return wasn't terrific. It's not a great starting field position as well.
So not quite a 1st and goal. It's 1st and 10 from the 10. Back to throw. Hopkins. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
It certainly didn't appear that that's where he wanted to go with the ball initially, so he tried to get something out of it by dumping it off to his running back unsuccessfully.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down. Throwing again. Hopkins. A 50-50 ball here, and it's intercepted. Picked by Jeff Gladney. And down inside the red zone at the 19-yard line. So far this season, this defense has had their issues against the pass, so that's a great sign for them to get the early pick.
Yeah, confidence builder for them and an absolute shock for the quarterback because he went into it. He saw the numbers we saw. He watched them on tape. I think he came into this one thinking this is going to be a big day, and it very well could be. But early in this one, advantage defense.
Throwing to start the drive, but that one incomplete.
And to put it mildly, this is a tough spot defensively. They have to come right back out and defend their red zone. But how about that good first step towards forcing them to settle for at least 3 points? I think they're also thinking bigger right now. Imagine being able to stop them totally and change the momentum.
He'll try again with the arm here on 2nd down. Being chased out left. And I think the ball's out, but this will get out of bounds, so possession will stay the same.
You can almost see inside his face mask there the look of relief. He coughed it up, but it goes out of bounds. They keep it.
Someone carrying around the lucky horseshoe, aren't they? If I were him, I'd go out and play the lottery after that one. A very fortunate man.
And they're operating in plus territory here. They're thinking points. Definitely don't want to lose the football at this juncture. So possession still theirs, but now they face a third down. And a short gain here down to the 22. Give him a couple on the run as it brings up a fourth down.
That's a nice job there defensively, being able to diagnose that little touch pass. They saw it coming, converged on him before he could get much out of it.
And the 11-year veteran bangs it through. And the Vikings have a 3-0 lead. In the end, the opening drive, Charles, does yield points. Maybe not the touchdown that they wanted, though.
Yeah, but bottom line, they wanted to get something out of that drive, and they did that. 3 points, they won't turn that down at all.
Takes this about 5 yards deep. And tackled at the 21-yard line, so a net negative there of 4 yards.
At their own 21-yard line.
The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. They threw an interception the first time they had the football, only gave up 3 points off of that, so it shouldn't be a difficult hole to overcome.
It really shouldn't, as long as they're not listening to the chatter coming from the other side, because when you throw a pick, look, I know defensive backs, they have a tendency to be a little bit loud after they take one away, but they also have a tendency to gamble a little bit more, thinking they'll get a second one. Maybe they can take advantage of that with some double moves.
They'll run for the first time with Tariq Cohen. And he'll get it up near the 35, right at the 34 here. 4 yards the pickup, first down.
I know what you're thinking out there. I know a lot of people are thinking, take a shot downfield. It's a great spot for it. I'd say maybe later in the game, definitely in the second half. But right now, I think they were just trying to get some momentum built. Get a first down, pick it up, and keep moving.
And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. 18 yards on that one, and Chicago has the first. From Viking territory now, they'll come up 1st and 10 at the 48-yard line. They run. This is Cohen. And he's got room. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. All told, it's an even 30 and a first down.
I hope we give enough respect to the big guys up front, because they have been getting it done on this drive. The holes have been large, and they've been barreling through them, picking up first downs.
And he's got his man. That's Robinson. Touchdown, Bears. Allen Robinson. His 6th touchdown of the season. And the Bears have taken the lead. Bouncing back nicely from that bad opening drive where he threw the interception. Drive number 2 leads him right down the field and into the end zone.
So obviously his confidence was never lost, and that's a good thing to see. Great quality to have, and you absolutely must maintain that as a quarterback. But I have to think that they're probably still on the script that they prepared for this game. Just the second drive. They've worked on these plays all week in practice. Put them to good use on that one.
Taken in the end zone. And he'll be stopped just shy of the 25 with a penalty marker down. Here's the call. Officials so cognizant of that call nowadays, but that one looked pretty easy.
Yeah, you're right. They took out of their hands having to wonder whether it's a 5-yard or a 15-yard inadvertent or not. Now, it's a lot easier. You see it, you call it.
Lets it fly for Thielen. And that's caught inside the 30. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. That one goes for 36 yards. So now then, the big play has him all the way inside the 30 now, 1st and 10. The first carry now for Dalvin Cook. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
Brings up 2nd and 11 at the 28-yard line.
Clock rolling as we hit the midway point of this first quarter. On 2nd down now, it's Cook.
He gets them a little over half of what they needed. Now they're looking at a 3rd and 5.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
And it's 3rd down.
In need of a conversion on 3rd down. They had the big play to start the drive. Not much sense. And they're going to mark him down short, maybe by about a yard, if that. 3 yards won't be enough here as that'll bring up 4th down.
A nice play design there with the touch pass. Looked good at the start, but bottom line, the defense was ready.
And they did a nice job scouting, didn't they? Not just scouting, but now executing once they saw the play for real after having worked on it all week in practice. They drilled on the play, then they drilled him.
And he'll have the 1st down, getting this one to the 14-yard line. It'll be a gain of 4, and they're able to pick up the conversion here on 4th down.
And the Vikings 1st down.
The 4th down run successful. Now they look to pay it off on 1st down. They'll set up to throw. Flush to his right. He's got his man. It's taken in for a Viking touchdown. A 14-yard touchdown. And the Vikings are going to retake the lead. So he scrambled right, but was able to look back toward the middle of the end zone to find the target.
As you know, in this game, sometimes you just have to know when to break the rules, because we all know most guys throwing the football are taught never throw back into the middle of the field on a scramble. He did it and got away with it for a touchdown.
Instinct sometimes, right? They just take over.
Instinct and vision. Sometimes you just see people who are open, you're able to get it to them.
And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped it to 23.
At their own 23-yard line.
At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. You know, in our research packet this week, prepping for the game, so many articles from the local beat writer about the offensive struggles of this team and what will they do this offseason. What do you think they'll do?
Well, number one, they'll turn to their self-scouting report. And every team that's any good does this. They have outside groups. Check out their team, scout them, and tell you who can play, who can't play, and reasons why. Some of it may just be health. They have to get some guys healthy and back out on the field. But overall, evaluate this squad and make the changes that you need to.
And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down.
Normally being a big-bodied receiver plays to their advantage downfield. Go up and make the catch, take the hit, and pick up yardage. But in this case, the hit was timed really well and popped it free from his grasp.
On 3rd down, Hopkins. And that is incomplete. So the defense able to get off the field here on 3rd down.
And it's one of the goals of the game. They've got to be effective on passing downs. It's one of the few things defenses chart. How did we do on 3rd down? That's a nice start for them in this one.
And just a single punt for him in the loss last week as he sends this one away.
A pretty good punt there, but also a nice return of 12 yards.
And the Vikings will take over here, 1st and 10. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
Brings up 2nd and 9.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. Now it's Taylor. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And this one's going to go the wrong way. Losing yardage back at the 42. They wind up losing a couple there, so they go behind the original line of scrimmage, and now 3rd and 11 coming up. The last catch took them 2 yards in the wrong direction, so now what can they do on 3rd? On the ground, it's Cook. And a pretty nice tackle there, ranging up from his free safety spot as he'll stop him about a yard short. And they'll get 10 there, but it leaves him just short for fourth down.
But it brings up fourth down.
This offense converted once already in this first quarter. They're going to try it again here on fourth down. Running for it. Here's Cook. And, boy, this is going to be close. That mark looks a little short, and he didn't get there. Dalvin Cook turned away on fourth down, and the Bears will get the football back. They'll start things on first with Tariq Cohen. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
(10-7) our score after one right here on EA Sports.
10, Bears 7.
The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. From the gun, Hopkins. The first catch of the game for George Kittle. And he is down deep into Minnesota territory. The catch and run going to wind up netting him 33 yards.
When they've needed a play this year, he's certainly been the guy to deliver it. As this season has gone on, he's been awfully consistent and sometimes spectacular.
From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. And the throw left sideline here is caught, but they'll rule it incomplete. Couldn't keep his feet in. 2nd down.
Out routes are always timing routes. And if the timing's off just a little bit, it can really throw off a play. It looked like he let him a little too much there.
Yeah, there was a fraction of a second because he caught it, just couldn't stay in bounds. So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. To throw again. Hopkins. And that one goes incomplete. He's maybe lucky it wasn't a fumble as he got hit as he threw it.
A pretty rocky start in this game for the guy throwing the ball. Already has thrown one interception. Almost threw a second one right there. All he's doing right now is giving the defense a whole lot of confidence.
And he's going to go down. Back at the 27-yard line, he's sacked. Yannick Ngakoue in there to get him. And on the season now, that is 9 sacks for him.
Tucker McCann on for the field goal. A 44-yard attempt.
McCann's kick up and good. And that will knot us up at 10. So a good snap, good hold, and right down the middle.
Never in doubt. Just the way you used to hit them, partner.
You mean like kicking the ball?
Exactly.
Well, that was in high school.
Doesn't matter. I don't care what level. You hit them, they go through.
And he will be brought down here inside the 20. Good coverage as he's dropped at the 17.
17-yard line.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And on that last drive, went for it on fourth, turned it over. A good job by their defense, though. They held them to 3, but this offense, they've got to be a little bit better, a little bit more careful here.
And sometimes when you see these calls on fourth down, when they decide to go for it, it's not necessarily the coach saying, I believe in my offense. Sometimes the coach saying, I believe in my defense. I can afford to go for it here because if we don't get it, I don't think we'll give up more than 3. And that's exactly what happened there.
You think that factored in?
I do. I think that he had that in his mind going into the game, that I'm going to be aggressive on offense because I know I've got a defense that can hold up their end.
On 2nd down, it's Cook. They get 6. That'll leave them with 3rd and 4.
And there's a run to be happy with. Good, solid yardage. He'll take that anytime you hand the ball to a back.
And it's 3rd down.
The Vikings on 3rd down. 0 for 3 to this point. They could use a conversion. This is 3rd and 4.
throw. And a quick throw here, that's complete.
And he will have a Vikings first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
It's 10 yards, and it's good for a Viking first down. The play action fake. They'll look to throw. He's going to go for a big play downfield. And it's knocked away and incomplete.
Thus far, they have been able to move the line of scrimmage very well in the running game. Almost felt like they said in the huddle, can you guys pass protect? Let's take a big shot downfield. Didn't get it on that one, but they may come back to it again.
On second down, Cook. 5 yards. Now it's 3rd and 5.
That second down play call was not to pick up the first down. It was to accomplish what they did, to get them into a manageable third down, because they had incompletion on first down, so they were behind the sticks, so to speak. They needed to make up some ground, and they did.
They're going to look to throw. And incomplete as the screen there unsuccessful. So now 4th down coming up.
Incomplete.
Well, they came up with points in their first 2 possessions, but it looks like they'll come up empty here on their 3rd drive. The defense finally starting to get locked into them a little bit. Have to go a little bit deeper into their playbook on their next possession.
Oh, he shifts past him.
Nice work on the return as he gets about 15 yards back.
And the Bears take over. The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. And last time able to get 3. It's not what they wanted. They wanted 6, but they got at least something. They mustered something out of the drive.
They'll take it. I like the way you've described it. Not ideal, but they'll take it. Anything to put some points on the board. But this time on offense, they don't even want to see the field goal kicker trot on the field. They want that ball in the end zone.
Yeah, they'll be going for 6. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on, 3rd down.
I have to give some credit to the defender on that when he read all of his keys perfectly and got a great break on the ball and able to force that incompletion.
They'll try to run for it with Cohen. And he's got the first down yardage there as he takes it just across midfield. An effective 7-yard 3rd down conversion.
I know the game's changed. A lot of people would say it's evolved. Look, I'm a little bit Neanderthal, okay? I love this. No exotic formations, no misdirection. Just line up and run the darn ball and pick up the first down. I love it.
Yeah, 3rd and short. That's what you're supposed to do. Like you said, old school smash mouth football. And he's taken down inside the 30. Right about 20 yards on the pickup. And officially, they'll say it's going to go for 19.
1st and 10 at the 29-yard line.
And he'll lose yardage. Brought down at the 32. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
This defense is really flowing around in the first half. They've gotten to the ball carrier before they can really get started. Offense got to come up with something else in order to try and get this running game going.
And we'll remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll join Jonathan Coachman and the gang in Orlando. Coach will have stats and scores from the early games going on here around the NFL. This one into the hands of Kittle, the tight end. And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or 2 shy of the 10. A gain there of 21 yards.
Now a 1st and 10 at the 11.
Operating from the gun. Hopkins trying to get it to Robinson, and it's intercepted. Picked off down at the 2 and to the 12. That's where it stops. The return is halted at the 12-yard line.
At their own 12-yard line.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And with still more than a minute to go in the half, time to try to mount a drive.
And I would think that they would have to. This is today's NFL. You got to push it when...
It got his man complete. And all the way down to the 39.
Number 1.
It's a big one there for the Vikings. 49 yards. So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10. A good run there by Cook on 1st down, powering his way forward, a gain of 6. The Vikings going to signal for the first of their timeouts, as they'll stop it with 40 seconds remaining in this first half. 6 yards on that last play. Here's 2nd and 4. A 10th carry in the game for Cook. And he'll be a little shy of the 25 here at the 26-yard line.
But they're getting ready to go to work now in prime real estate after that last run. Found his spot and picked up nice yardage, didn't he?
And now he's got him knocking on the door of the red zone. On 1st down, he'll drop to throw. His throw incomplete.
They've given up a few first downs on this drive, but getting the incompletion there, that should give them something to build on and maybe turn the tide. 2nd and 10, a very chilly day here, but no snow. And I got to say, if it's going to be this cold, I want snow. You should see Charles' face. He's looking at me like I'm crazy. Escaping the pressure right. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down. They certainly did a nice job improvising there, extending the play, hoping someone would come open downfield, but they never did.
This offense was on the move. Now 2 straight incompletions have them looking at 3rd and 10. Back to the ground, Cook. A good effort there, 9 yards, but it's going to leave them looking at a 4th and 1. The Vikings going to use their 3rd and final timeout, as the clock will stop with 21 seconds to go here in the first half. The offense going to stay out there. They've converted once, failed once. What can they do here on 4th down? They'll run for it. Cook. And he's not going to get there. Might have even lost a yard. Dalvin Cook turned away on 4th down. And the Bears will get the football back.
Turnover on downs.
At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. And they had a nice little drive going last time. Threw the interception in the red zone. Costly.
Bad enough to throw it anywhere, but that drives coaches insane when they're thinking about, hey, we got a shot at points already. We're already in a spot where you're thinking you got 3 on the board for sure, and to come away with nothing, that's a really tough one for them to swallow.
Yeah, will they make up for it? On 1st down, Hopkins. And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. Picked off around the 41. And now look at this. Big gain, but a fumble. And this one will actually go out of bounds, so no recovery. And that is how we conclude this first half. So we've come upon halftime here in Week 17. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. The final 2 quarters of the NFL regular season are upon us as the second half of Week 17 is underway. Fielded in the end zone. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23.
At their own 23-yard line.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. They had a great drive going last time. They were moving the ball, and then all of a sudden it just stalled out. So we'll see what they can do here, Charles.
And it's always easy to second guess when you don't get it on a 4th down try. But they had to like the feeling that they had going on offense. They want to continue to see if they can capture that again on this drive and maybe get in the same position.
Yeah, and that's, I mean, like I said, they were moving the football. It's not like they went 4 and out, so I don't think it's a deal where the offense doesn't have confidence.
No, I agree with you totally on that one. If anything, they may have gained more confidence. Okay, they stopped us once. That's all right. Let's keep moving it, make them do it again.
So, Charles, tie game here. What are your keys as we continue to play this second half?
I know people think it's always trite when you say the same things over and over, but they're tried and true in the game of football. Who's going to block better? Who's going to tackle better? In this case, to me, it's turnovers. You've got to take care of the football in order to win the game.
That's good for 9 yards as they convert on the third down play.
Man, I just love being in this stadium. So much history, tradition, so many great teams and games, and we're seeing a pretty good one right now, hotly contested in the third quarter.
He's going to launch this thing way downfield.
But you got to think that sooner or later, they're going to hit one of those, but the coverage has been excellent thus far, and it was again on the last play.
Here's 2nd and 10 now from the 35. Give to Cook out of the gun. And he stopped immediately there. No gain on that one as it brings up a 3rd and 10.
Well done to sniff that out defensively. He had it diagnosed pretty quickly.
I love that description because diagnosed is perfect on that one. Read his keys, made the play, and he couldn't even get going moving the football.
An important play right here, 3rd and 10.
And I would expect pressure here.
On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. Now they set up the screen. That's complete.
And he can only manage to take this thing to the 38, well shy of the first down. 3 yards, all they could muster there, and it'll bring up 4th down.
Here's Britton Colquitt now as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. But he'll get this away into the icy winter air.
On the return is Cohen.
They'll score that a 36-yard punt, and out will come the offense as they take over.
At their own 30-yard line.
The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive.
Their defense did its job, yielded no points. Now it's the offense's turn.
And how much fun is that when you set things up to start a half and you just tell you guys, hey, if you can shut them down, get it back for our offense, we can roll. And they played out perfectly. Now, can the offense do what they wanted to do at the half, which is find those weaknesses and now attack them and score some points.
And break this tie.
From Viking territory now, they'll come up 1st and 10 at the 43. From the gun, Hopkins. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down.
And that's one of those plays where it's hard to keep 2 eyes on the football when you know the contact's coming, let alone getting 2 hands around it, hugging it to your body, and absorbing the hit, even for those big tight ends who you would think could absorb that contact.
And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off by the Pro Bowler, Anthony Barr. And he's able to get it back to the 41-yard line. Yet another interception, and I just had to double-check my math. But it is now 8 between last week and this week.
Well, I just used a calculator. I didn't worry about double-checking it. But the thing that always throws me when you see quarterbacks in this type of a bad spot, they're trying to figure out what they can do to change it, and sometimes they try too hard, and they never get out of it. And that's where he is right now. He's just locked in a really bad way.
2nd and 5. There goes a deep ball, end zone. And that is caught. And he has now tied the record. Touchdown. He put quite a bit of air underneath that touchdown pass. Of course, we knew that he had the strong arm.
That part was easy. You could see that throughout his college career. But what you want to know about a rookie is when the pressure's on, can you throw with touch? He just did right there. And, boy, it was pretty.
Bailey got the extra point, and that makes it a 17-10 score. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully.
The Bears take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. They're sort of seeing themselves spiral out of control. Let's see if they can get things back on track.
And this is where the coach is walking that line of being calm and really being firm with his team. I had one tell me once, when we were having a tough patch, this too shall pass, this too shall pass. And then finally we kept having a rough patch. He said, but you got to do something to make it pass. And that's what they have to do. They've got to get some control back, get themselves reasserted, and calm things down.
See if they can get calm and reassert themselves here.
They have to like what they've done defensively here at the outset of this drive. They forced a couple of incomplete passes, bring up a 3rd and 10. Don't be surprised to bring a little pressure on this snap.
To throw on 3rd down, Hopkins. And that will be incomplete.
And those two just haven't been in sync thus far. They've done a nice job against him, but still, with his talent, you would expect them to have more completions to him in this game.
46 on his first kick. This one in that neighborhood as well. And taken right on the 30. It's a return of 4 following a 42-yard punt. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline. Because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
From the 34, they'll come to the line on 2nd and 10. Another tote for the workhorse this afternoon. It's Cook. And the hole closes quickly. He gets it across the 35 to the 36-yard line. They do get a couple, but they'll be left staring at a 3rd and 8 coming up.
And it's 3rd down.
Gun now on 3rd down. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off by DeMonte Casey. He's had a fantastic rookie season, made a lot of lovely throws, but that wasn't one of them.
Well, we got to give him one, don't we? I mean, with the year he's having, a lot easier for he and his teammates to accept that throw. Because for the most part, what they've seen, it's been pretty sensational.
First down, a run with Cohen. And they go backwards here, losing yardage back at the 48-yard line. They'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
I think this running game, or should I say lack of one, is making this defense look better than what they really are.
Looking to throw on 2nd down. Hopkins, the screen pass here to Cohen. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. Give him 14 on that one and a first down.
Bears. 1st and 10 at the 34-yard line.
Operating from the gun. Hopkins. That's complete to Mooney. And they'll be inside the 25 now at the 24. Give him 9 there on the first down completion.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion and would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication.
And he is in. Touchdown, Chicago. Allen Robinson with his 2nd touchdown of the game, number 7 on the year. And the Bears are an extra point away from tying the football game.
I know Paul Revere talked about by land or by sea, right? You know, 1 by land, 2 by sea. He didn't mention air because right now we're seeing a big-time performance, aren't we? That's 2 touchdowns so far in this game.
Where'd you pull that one from?
And, you know, every now and then I actually listened in history class.
And you're just a scholar all the way around. You're reading all the time. I like that you fit that into the broadcast.
You know, I just grab a nugget when I can.
And he'll get it up past the 20 to about the 22.
1st and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And their lead has evaporated in this third quarter. It's tied once more as they begin with a 1st and 10. Trying to fire up that running game with Dalvin Cook. And they finally get him, but not before he reaches the 33-yard line. A big play there out of Cook, 45 yards. So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30. They run. Cook. He's got it. Now Cook hit, and he lost the football. Could have been a costly mistake, but as it turns out, they keep possession.
You can't give away these types of opportunities in the red zone. Now, I'm sure that was flashing through his brain as the ball escaped his hands. Fortunately for him, able to get picked up by his team, fumble recovered. They still have an opportunity deep in the red zone.
They stopped after only a yard, taking it down to the 14.
Alexander Madison, the Viking ball carrier, taken down at the 14-yard line. 1-yard gain brings up 2nd and 9.
And that is going to do it for this third quarter of action. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Now it's 2nd and 9. Now a run with Cook. And now they're inside the 10 as he's brought down at the 9. Call it a gain of 5 that time, and they'll be left with a 3rd and about 4.
5 yards on the play. And it's 3rd down.
Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. Well, this is going to depend on the spot, but it's not a very generous one. He looks to be about a yard or so short. They get only 4 that time as that leads us to a 4th down.
4th down.
Tie game, 4th quarter, and they're going for this thing on 4th down. They'll try and run for it. And he will have the 1st down before he's brought down at the 3. Just a gain of 3, but they'll certainly take it as they convert on 4th down. A field goal could get them the lead, but it might not be enough here as they come up on 1st and goal. Back to throw here. Flushed out right. To the goal line, but it's incomplete.
Yeah, that one sailed on him. You've got to make sure you give your receiver a chance to come down inbounds because they are very gifted. They'll make the circus catches, but they make them out of bounds. That does you no good.
They'll go again from the 3 here on 2nd and goal. Here's a look for the end zone, but that one's going to wind up incomplete.
That was a touchdown if he could have hung on. Instead, it was a well-timed collision to jar that one free.
3rd and goal now, mere inches from pay dirt. They'll run for it with Cook, and he'll get in. Touchdown, Minnesota. Dalvin Cook, his 17th touchdown now on the season. And the Vikings are going to take the lead.
Well, they decided to run it in and got it done on 3rd and goal. A lot of times, that's a passing play.
And the kicker just has to come up for the PAT. He can breathe a sigh of relief as well, right?
Although I don't know if he's really breathing a sigh of relief. I think he likes to put 3 points on his ledger.
Extra point up and good by Bailey. And they will take a 7-point lead. Bailey now to kick it away after the touchdown. And this carries into the end zone. And this will not be brought out. It's a touchback.
At their own 25-yard line.
The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. And now, after the touchdown a moment ago, they work from behind in a 7-point game in this 4th quarter. Plenty of time on the clock. Now the first play of the drive there is incomplete. Darnell Mooney, the target there. And now it's 2nd down.
On any passes in the middle of the field, anyone who's going after the football is going to be conscious that it's probably going to be contested and often physically. Sometimes that leads to drops.
Throwing again on 2nd and 10. Hopkins. Oh, he got position on him, and he pulls it in. And able to rip off a big chunk of yardage before being dropped inside the 40. Big yardage after the catch. That one winds up going for 36.
1st and 10 at the 39-yard line.
So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10. From the gun, Hopkins. Middle of the field, it's Robinson. He's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on 1st down.
It's a gain of 9.
That last catch short of the marker by just a yard leaves him with a very manageable 2nd and 1. Now a shotgun handoff to Cohen. And he's stopped after a gain of 1. Not enough. Still a yard to go on 3rd down.
Well, we talk about defenders, specifically linebackers, keeping their eyes in the right spot. He had that eye down the entire time.
And you know that's not easily done because they throw a lot of misdirection at you. They try and fool you and get your eyes in the wrong place. But you're right about that one. He correctly figured that one out and made a really nice play.
And Robinson with a big catch. And they do get him down, but not before he's able to slip it inside the 5-yard line. So much for the run on 3rd and 1. Instead, it's a big chunk in the pass game. 1st down. Out of the gun, running with Cohen. And he's maybe going to get this back to the 4, but that's about all.
Devin McCourty on the tackle.
No gain on the play that time, and it sets up 2nd and goal.
2nd and goal at the 4-yard line.
They try again with Cohen. And he'll be stopped about a yard shy of the goal line after a pickup of about 3.
Stopped short of
Well, he did get a taste the previous week. He got into the end zone trying his best to get there in this game. So far, he's been denied.
A lot of tired bodies on that field, but this is a big play. 3rd and goal. They'll try to run this one in. And he is in. Touchdown, Chicago. A great effort there with his first career NFL touchdown. And the Bears are an extra point away from tying the football game. All right, now a big 2-point conversion attempt still to come. Operating from the gun, Hopkins. And this is caught. And they've got the lead here in the 4th. They didn't want the tie. They roll the dice and they take the lead.
That felt like a tone setter, didn't it? Forget tying the ball game and feeling like we're just hanging with you. We're going to go ahead and push it to a 1-point lead, and that just changes the complexion of the whole game.
And he can't field it cleanly. It's loose. And he's probably realizing he should have stayed in the end zone as he can only muster a return to the 14-yard line.
Well, conventional football 101, tells us if you don't get it back to the 20-yard line on a kickoff return, that's a disappointment. But some of these special teams coaches, with approval by the head coach, they give them full authority to go ahead and bring it out and try to be aggressive. Almost what we call the green light, red light theory. Green light means go, red light means stop. Looks like he had green on that play.
A good start to the drive here as that's caught out on the left side. And he's taken down, but not before he gets this across the 25-yard line.
Vikings.
First down, here's the run with Cook. And this will be a Vikings first down as the tackle made just shy of the 40.
And he continues to pile up the yardage. That puts him over above 50 now. And this defense has really had its problems trying to keep him contained.
4th quarter, 2 minutes on the clock in a tight 1-point game. So the Vikings in possession of the football as we get you reset. They come up on a 1st and 10, desperately needing a score here on what could be their final drive. He'll buy some time right. Oh, a battle for it here, and this will be caught. And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 40. Chewing up big yardage. Another nice gain there. This one goes for 20. That's what they need right now. Get the first down, get out of bounds, stop the clock.
Just playing smart football, understanding the situation, making the plays necessary, and making sure that clock stops at every opportunity.
He'll look to throw. And, oh, a crusher there as it's intercepted. Picked off right around the 43. And his guys are going to get the football at their own 47-yard line. That time defensively looked like they showed quite a bit of pressure but backed off, and it proved fruitful. They get the pick.
He went through all of his rules about getting rid of the ball quickly because he read blitz. He saw all those people stacked at the line of scrimmage, and then they fooled him by dropping into coverage. Now he's ready to get rid of the ball fast, but guess what? Too many defenders out there. Exactly as you described, an interception. I like the idea to mix it up from time to time because, let's face it, you can't be predictable. But the execution was a little lacking on this one, right? They might want to go back to the drawing board with that call.
They'll run on 2nd down with Cohen, and he'll take this one up close to about the 45. Well, the Vikings will use the 2nd of their timeouts as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important 3rd down.
3rd and 12.
Sometimes I need a check.
Play action. Hopkins. Oh, he'll look downfield for Kittle. And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Picked off at the 22. And he will return this one to the 30-yard line. And you have to wonder, Charles, a game like this, 5 interceptions, what does this do to the psyche of a young quarterback?
Well, based on the fact that he's still out there and he threw a 5th interception, I'm wondering if his head coach believes that he's really strong mentally and wants him to play through it. Because otherwise, you need to get him out and fight another day because this could leave lasting damage if he keeps throwing interceptions.
A 6-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 4.
He's back to throw. Eluding the pressure right. That'll be complete to Cook. And he gets this to the other side of midfield across the 45 before going out. 22 yards there, a 1st down.
Well, they got the yardage they needed there, picked up the 1st down, got out of bounds. How about the urgency that they have as well as they understand where they are in the field?
And he's dropped right at the 40. Gain of 3.
At this stage, you've got to hustle, got to get back to the line of scrimmage because you're saving that timeout to make sure you have a chance to get your kicker out there for the big shot.
And 7 at the 40.
Back to throw. Flush to his right. And he gets this to the 35. Good for a gain of 5.
On the scramble. Brought down at the 35-yard line. A 5-yard pickup on the play.
Back to throw. And, oh, a crusher there as it's intercepted. Picked off around the 27. And his guys will take over at the 25-yard line.
The 3rd down pass. Intercepted. The Bears take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. And this one all over but the shouting, you might say. Now, there's one timeout remaining defensively, but probably no real need to use it here.
Yeah, the only time they would use it, strictly for pride.
And that one hits the ground incomplete. So now just 4 ticks left in this one.
The 25-yard line.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. That one looks like he'll throw here. And it's incomplete. They're still throwing to the very end, but now this game is over. So this one in the win column for the Chicago Bears, and it's going to be their defense that gets the ink in the headlines tomorrow, and for good reason. They forced 5 turnovers in this game.
And while we were watching this game unfold, I kept thinking about when we did our training camp tour and something that you noticed along the way. Just about every camp we visited, when the defense got together, everyone was doing ball drills. Defensive linemen, linebackers, secondary, because they understood how vital it was to take the football away. And they wanted every opportunity. When the ball was knocked free, they want all those guys to be familiar with touching the ball so they could pick up the fumble or get the interception. And we saw it pay off in this one here.
Yeah, 5 times. They'll remember this one. So for Chicago, they finish off the season with a victory, which is the good news. The bad news is that it'll wrap up a dreadful 4-12 campaign. So for our entire crew, alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Thanks for watching, everybody. We'll see you next time.